and willing to learn. I welcome everybody. If you don't have an agenda, please raise your hand and we'll get you an agenda. So make sure everyone has an agenda. And as always, we forums with prayer. Would everyone please bow your heads? Father God, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for this day. This is a day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Father, understanding to be propelled today on each and every person that is online and in this place, Lord. Be with the speakers today as they bring forth this information, Father God, that we may be able to internalize it and businesses, establishing financial futures, and inspiring communities to achieve intellectual and economic renaissance. To now, core values. Please repeat after me, unless you know them, and I'm sure we're master builders. Be punctual. Be detailed. Be passionate and motivated. Be optimistic and positive. Be hungry and studious. One today, just to kind of chew on a little bit, it would be hungry and studious. Never get full. Always want to be able to expand your mind. Be searching and looking for knowledge and wisdom to grow to your next level. So I'm looking to be hungry and studious in this Master Builders Academy forum to get that money. Our next presenter is going to be Mrs. Sherelle Luckett.
A licensed life insurance agent. And how Master Builders has impacted me is because I dream big. I'm used to being around people that is complex with what they have. They love to stay in their box, but with Master Builders, I really get to think outside. Someone is like, girl, you can't do that. Are you serious? They push you, they elevate you, they help you, they encourage you, and more importantly, they hold your hand. Up to each and every one of you as a mentor, as someone that can hold my hand, and as someone that can get me to the next level. The help me to stand out where I'm not just a little girl in a box. I'm not living a fairy tale, because I dream big and people say, that's fairy tale land.
Hey, y'all go ahead and give it up one more time for Miss Sherelle. Woo! Oh, man, I don't know. Whatever she said. At 8:30 in the morning on a rainy day, it's raining. You had every excuse to stay home. You had every excuse to roll over in your bed no matter where you are, but you can't. You hungry, you studious, you want more. And guess what? The people who hungry, they studious, they want more. Those are the people who gonna be blessed. And I'm looking forward to seeing each. This is gonna sound a little bit churchy, but I can't help it. Can you just stand up and just smack somebody a high five and just say, I'm glad you're here? Just smack somebody a high five. Hey, if you're in the chat, welcome everybody. It's so good to see y'all. I love the energy in this room is amazing. Thank y'all all for being here. All right, so this year, man. We said we're not going to go for no low stuff. We're going to take it all the way to the top. We're talking about establishing the wealth standard in your family. What that doing something for you and your spouse or your friends. We're talking about establishing a standard that's going to last from generation to generation to generation in your family. Where did my thinking about money come from? And then we crept a little bit forward and we said, where am I at right now? What are the thinking? What's going on in my mind? What's my with money? Then we said after that, what's my vision? What's my big dream? Where do I want to go? What scares me? What do I want to do that's bigger than just? We took it and we started adding some strategy to it. Now, what are you going to do right now to be able to take those steps forward? If you've been watching Master Builder Academy, you're in the process of moving forward on all those dreams. And to go so hard on it, so hard to put all your energy, intensity, all your effort, to stop trying to do it. I'm going to try to. And actually doing it. We said we're going to do it big this year. Has anybody been taking the challenge and doing it big in some area of their life this last 12 weeks? Got some momentum. We got momentum. I see some hands waving. I hear some woos. Put it in the chat if you're having some success. Now is your time. Guess what? There is a tricky enemy who is going to tell you, your right now is here. Your time to establish the wealth standard is right now. You got plenty of time. Keep your dream. Go bigger. Go harder. Open for you. And in this session today, we're going to talk about how to open some financial doors. Could anybody use more finances to fund their dream? All right, Russell neighborhood. And she's going to have some funds that are going to be able to fund her dream. And many of us have other big dreams, but we need funding for those big dreams. We're going to have some going to come up. Now, she's an expert, and I'm going to tell you, that was a little bit of clap. But if you knew Bridget, like the city of Louisville knows Bridget, there would be a thunderous round of applause. She's an inventor. She is an absolute expert networker, and she has this thing on creating avenues for funding and how to present yourself down pat. Get your audio recorder, get everything you need to make sure you take those key points away. Without further ado, Miss Bridget Johnson!
Good morning. Good morning. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. It's a great day to learn something new. That's what I tell you, new. So today we're going to talk about one of the most valuable tools as an investor that you could have is a credibility package or a credible statement worthy of belief or confidence or trustworthiness. Credibility packages or kits are give you a chance to legitimize your business. It gives you a chance to show the duration that you've been doing your business, had in your business. So it's a chance for you to show some of your accolades, some of your credentials, some of your properties that you already have, some of the people, the references. The credibility package is a chance to show your lenders a bigger picture of who you are, a bigger picture of who you are, a larger scope of who you are, what you do. Been doing is really key. It also shows your professionalism and your willingness to be transparent, because you have to show at least 3 statements. You have to show a lot of things that have to do with you that are personal. So it gives you the willingness to be transparent. How many of you want more money to access private rentals and other assets? Of course we all do. So it's time for you to do something that's proven to work, but which few people bother to do. Take the time, and we're going to give you an outline of this. You have to take the time to put it together, and it's going to take some work. You have to put this is going to show your professionalism when you go to the bank. And not only that, it helps you to, I'm going to give you 7 reasons why you need information, but you can look at it if you want to. I talk about who I am. And then I talk about what Legacy Dreams is, because that's my real estate business. And then my core values, and then my current values for the year 2023, my company credentials. My mission statement is everyone deserves the opportunity of a home. So I tell about my mission, and then I talk about my company history. So these are a few things that's going to be inside your credibility package. That you might be at a networking meeting, and you might want to show this to somebody that has the money that you need. And it's right here. I offer them to see your financials, everything. Credibility package can significantly help you when you are seeking to borrow money from banks. And these are some of the ways that it can contribute to your success. These are that the borrowers are credible and trustworthy. A credibility package or a kit can provide evidence of your track record, your expertise, your financial stability, financial viability. Banks assess the trustworthiness of borrowers to determine their ability to repay the loans. They want to know if you can pay them back. A credibility package includes your business plans, your past financial performance, your ability to generate income and repay the loan back, and an understanding of how well do you know real estate? How many houses have you bought? How many loans? How many banks have you already went to? How many people understanding of the market, that you understand the market dynamics and the potential risks of real estate? And this can increase their confidence in your ability to navigate challenges when you money. Another benefit, it allows you to showcase your collateral or your assets, because you're going to put all of that in this credibility package. If you have valuable credibility package, can provide reassurance to the bank that these people can pay us back and they have a track record to show us. And that commitment to the loan mitigates the risk, but it differentiates you from your competitors. It shows them how you are set apart from the other borrowers. It showcases your unique about your certifications. It tells about your history. It tells about who you are. So that's why the banks would choose you over others, because that makes a compelling case to the bank to help to lend you money over other people. Another benefit, it helps you to facilitate the loan negotiations. The information can facilitate loan negotiations by providing the bank with a clear understanding of your needs and how the loan will be utilized. They want to know how what it's going to be used for. You know, they want to know all those details. And it can also, another benefit, it can enhance your loan terms. When a bank perceives you to be credible, more willing to offer you favorable loan terms, you may get a lower interest rate, such as lower interest rates, longer repayment periods, or higher loan amounts. Your credibility package can influence. So to sum it up, a credibility package helps instill confidence in the bank by showcasing your trustworthiness, your financial stability, your industry knowledge, your ability and it can differentiate you from all other borrowers and enhance your chances of securing a loan on favorable terms. So let's go get the money and get your credibility package. One was establishing trust. Next benefit, it highlights your industry knowledge. The fourth benefit, it showcases your collateral or your The fifth one is differentiating yourself from competitors. It helps facilitate the loan negotiations. What is in my package is my, we have an outline we're gonna put up, and it's gonna tell you everything, and I have handouts. It tells you everything that you need, and you're gonna need a binder. It tells you what type of paper to use. It has all the things you're gonna need inside of it. And if you need me to help you, I'll be glad to. It has, you need a 3-ring binder, a table of contents, and I can give this to you, Troy. It tells you what kind of paper to use, object, or be last. And it has specifics of what you need in each category. You're welcome.
Ooh-wee, master builders. Hey, y'all give it up. Y'all give it up. I got it. Y'all give it up one time, wasn't it? Guess what? That's why we got all this on YouTube and Facebook too, because you might have to go back and watch that. Who here has been using a credibility packet when they go to the bank? Nobody? Nobody at hearing things. But there's others of us who are going to be good at doing things. I guarantee you there's going to be somebody in this room and somebody online who's actually going to actually go do it. And when he goes to the bank, he's going to get more money than everybody. He's going to come back in a few months, and he's going to tell everybody about all the money he made from that 15 minutes worth of game. Is go and do the credibility packet. It is going to be a game changer for you. I'm going to share just a half a brief story, and then I'm going to bring up Shannon Ballard. When I was in college, I was just holding on for a good amount of time. But you know what was a game changer for me when my grades shifted? It wasn't that I was turning in better work or doing better research. I started going to was FedEx Kinko's back when I was in there. It was FedEx Kinko's. And I would go and I would spend maybe $20, and everybody else would just print their stuff off for free and just put a paper clip in it on the thick paper, and I would get it printed like really nice looking. And then I would get the front cover where the front cover was printed, and then I would get the circle rings on there, and then the hard 24-hour Kinko's. And somehow the work that used to get me C's was now getting me A's. Why is that? Presentation matters. And what Bridget Johnson just shared with you matters. It's going to matter bigger when you're wanting some money, because presentation might lower your interest rate from 8% to 4%. Presentation might lower your interest rate. Never would have trusted somebody in that environment, but they feel so safe and comfortable with you because you provided this information. So big up to Sister Bridget one more time. All right, next up, we're going to get familiar with those words, because if you ever want to get to some big money, you're going to have to learn a PFS, personal financial statement. And we have Sister Shannon Ballard, who's going to You're talking about design, you're talking about staging, you're talking about real estate investing, or you just need some personal growth, help, and support. You're going to find none better.
Thank you. Good morning, Master Builders. Woo! All right. So I'm glad that so many of you are out today. We are going to, when you go get that money after our session today, go get that money. We want you to be professional. We want you to be ready and look credible. And what they told me I don't have a PowerPoint yet. Okay, so I have a PowerPoint that's coming. So Bridget told you to look credible and to have your actual presentation together. So I'm just going to pull out one of the things that she talked about, the professional, you can feel comfortable, because you want to update that every 6 months. So when you're in, because right now you may be just you Inc. You might just be yourself as in business for yourself. So you need to know. You look like on paper, what you look like to other people when you go to the bank, what they're assessing you as, and what's in that statement that we're going to go over. It's going to help them have a better picture of what you know, because you have a better idea of what's going on. You'll know where to strengthen, what areas to work on, and what areas to feed to make that picture look even better. Okay, so the first thing is that, right? Does anybody know what that is? He asked that question. Does anybody have a definition? Okay, so you kind of know. Has anyone else? That when you went to the bank? Okay, so a personal financial statement is going to tell you your income, your expenses, and gives you details on what your net worth is. Now, those are some things you need to know. So when you're figuring out your net worth, but like so that you all can go home and do it. Actually, we're going to do it today because I think Kim is going to give you a template. I have given you a template so that you can actually start working on not tomorrow, not later, but now. So we're gonna do that in just a minute. So what it is, it's a document, like I said, it gives you a snapshot. And professional, just so you'll know where you are and how you look on paper to different organizations, whether it be an investor, somebody you're gonna do business with, a partner. They may want to know, okay, what you got going is assets. Anybody know what assets are? All right, so let's go. Assets are gonna be very important. Our next screen. Assets are the cash or anything that free and clear that can be turned into asset is cash or anything that you own, free and clear, that can be turned to cash in a short period of time. So cash is cash. Cash is king. But then you also you can have jewelry. This is an investment thing. If you don't want to start yet in real estate, you can start in jewelry. That's gold, diamond. If you have firearms, you can use that. That can be turned into liquid assets. Stocks, your 401k, whole. Insurance, whole life insurance is actually be cash, annuities, and some people think that your home is an asset, but how many people know asset? Unless you own it free and clear and you have no mortgage, it's not an asset, it's a liability. So your car is actually not, you own that free and clear, they are not assets, they are liabilities. So let's go to the next stream. We're going to talk about liabilities. All right. So liabilities are any large purchases that you have made, but someone holds the note. This is a debt to you. So you have your home, which is a liability. We said that before a minute ago. Your car, if you have a lien or a loan on it, it's a liability. Credit card balances. Y'all, that's kind of like, we're going to chance it. We'll say chance, okay? Say assets add to your net worth. Say away from your net worth. Assets add to your net worth. Liabilities take away from your net worth. Okay? Okay, so y'all get it now, all right? All right, so let's go to our next screen. All right, so we just chanted that. So now your net worth is the big picture or mirror that reflects your financial health for a specific time. So, you want to do your net just one time, like you do it today, you're like, okay, that's my net worth. No, your net worth is always changing because if you're adding assets, it's going to change your net worth. If you're adding liabilities, it's going to change you also want to work on it to be stronger. So you want to decrease your liabilities and add to your assets, okay? All right. So you need to have your liabilities. You need to know that. And you need to do the calculation of your assets minus liabilities equals your net worth. That needs to be financial statement, okay? So that is a very important part because that's the overall thing they want to see, but you want to make sure that's on there. So, and when you give this to banks or of who you are, or what you have going on, and just they can feel it's more transparency that you're willing to share with them, and they feel more comfortable doing business with you because they understand it's on paper, and this over. And it gives, and actually, some people didn't know this also, your personal financial statement can help actually determine your rate. If you're gonna get, like he was saying earlier, you can get a 0 rate or rate. This really depends on what your picture looks like. So you really wanna work on getting your assets strong, okay? All right, so let's go to what else is needed on list. You're gonna need to list these. Let's go to the next screen. Okay, you're gonna need to list all your income. Anything that puts money in your pocket, you need to have that listed on your personal profits from rental, or business ventures, whatever you get paid a salary for. Because remember last time we had a session, the lady told us that whatever business you have, your business is writing you a check, you're not just taking from the profits, you're making sure that's written out or whatever. So you'll make sure your business is writing you a check. So you're getting a salary from your business. It's not, you're just not using it any kind of way. Support, alimony, these are just some examples, but you want to have on your personal financial statement your monthly income, because it's going to change. It changes all the time. So your monthly, every week or every month, to know what your numbers are. So you'll know how your business looks. So you're actually starting on You Inc. with a personal financial statement is getting yourself together, your picture. Business picture will be a different document. It's called profit and loss statement, but this is a different, this is a way to get your You Inc. profit and loss statement together, okay? All right, expenses. So this can be, I'm seeing if she's getting in the room. She's not in the room yet, because you're getting actually a copy of this. So expenses of what are things you pay. You like to have some utilities, so you got those expenses. Place to stay, so you need a rent. You need to have a rent or payment, car payment, insurance, and insurance is going to cover a bunch: your car, life, home, all that. So you got all your insurances. You're going to need to get around, so you wait, but you need to have an idea of where you are. So you need to put that on paper. Some people just go happenstance or whatever. So you don't know, if you don't have this information written down, you don't know what you need to be working on. If you don't know what's coming in and what's going out, but once you have it written down, you say, okay, no, I need to get some more assets. I need to get some more income coming in here. So you need to know, not so you're not a last minute thing. You can be working on some things. Some stocks here that pay dividends. Stocks that pay dividends is what you really want to have money coming in. And then the next thing is, okay, so overall a review of what I just told you need. The next thing, the last screen, is this is exactly what you need. So on your personal financial statement, you should have these things. Paper, but you want to have that on there because this is a document, a contract, so you need to have that on there. A list of all your assets, a list of all your liabilities. the calculation of your net worth. And what do we say that was? Assets minus liabilities equals your net worth. Okay, so you want to have that. So you want to say my net worth is this, and you want to have that. And then you want to have a list of your monthly income, a list of your monthly statements, and then a statement saying the above, if this information on the above is accurate and correct to the best of my knowledge, and you assign it, and that's an actual document that you can take, and you'll look professional in with your credibility statement. So everybody, you should be, now Kim is coming, everyone that's here, you're gonna get a template so you can do your, so you can actually start working on yours now. Because what we do at Master Builders, we get that money today. All right, so y'all, let's go.
Oh, that was amazing. Y'all give it up for Miss Shannon. Who have done it before? All right, now all those who are going to do it, raise your hand. Okay, all right, I see a lot more hands go up. That's wonderful. So now taking action on the personal I don't know if you all notice or not, but many of us are not good about talking about money. I don't know. I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't raised talking about money. Matter of fact, if you talked about money, somebody might ask you for the $50 a day that you borrowed, you know what I mean, and all this other kind of stuff, and then it turned into something that's not good. So we have a lot of times negative relationships with money. So we have to unwind that for us to be able to in a very safe environment here at Master Builders. But then I went out into the real world, and in the real world, there's populations of people who freely. I went to this meeting that's called CREA, Kentuckiana Investors Association. People would tell me how much properties they've had, how much money they made. They would tell me in great detail all of how much they had. Absolutely nothing. I was like, you ain't gonna be all up in my business like that. And you know what? For several years, I told them absolutely nothing. And guess what they did to help me? Nothing. But guess what? When acceleration took place in everything that we were doing, because I opened myself up. I opened myself up to something new. And so what we're going to do right now is Erica Bear. She's going to lead us through an activity, and online you're going to see the Zoom link, okay, so you can participate too. That's going to help us to be able to open ourselves up to something new.
Okay, y'all. All right, so we are going to do what we love to do here, a master chat. I love master chats. It gives you the opportunity to keep flushing out all those for your agenda. So guess what you're going to do? You're going to count off. Let's start with you, John. You're going to count off, and you're just going 2. 1, 2. Go, John. John's 1. Right here. Okay. Young lady. 2. Y'all don't remember your number. I should have said that. Remember your number. Okay. All the ones. Now, a little bit across the front of the stage here. Let's come on up here. All right, ones, let's put a little motion in it. All right, okay. All right. I love looking at these ones. All right, 2s. Now you're going to come and stand in front of the ones and facing the ones. A form to you guys. I want you to bring the form. If you didn't bring the form with you, let me know. You have your form here, your master chat. I should have said that. Bring it with you. All right, you guys can spread out a little bit more. Move down a little bit more. There you go. All right. Chat before. If you haven't done a master chat before, okay. So it's kind of like speed dating. Y'all remember speed dating? You need a one? Wait, I need a one. Oh, here, how about come on down here? Okay, here she is, sir. She's coming to you. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. So if you have never done a master chat before, it is kind of like speed. So you remember the speed dating where people would come and they had like 5 minutes to introduce themselves, to get to know somebody, to see if they wanted to hook up later. Okay, well, Master Chat, you're going to, okay, we've given you a template on what you should talk about and what you should ask your person who's in front of you. We'll take a little time to do that. You'll get about them. Ones you do start the conversation, and then twos you all will have an opportunity afterwards, okay? All right? So what we want you to do is to have this heart. But also, there's also a key thing about Master Chat. You should never walk away from a Master Chat without what? There you go, a number, okay? So even if y'all can talk a little bit more, you guys can move down some more. There you go. Uh-oh, watch out. Yeah, I do. Sure I do. Right there. All right, so let's start the timer. We got 1 minute and go. You guys can start. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to do this. Everybody's going to move. We're going to move down one person in this direction. The person on the end, now not you all. All the ones, stay still. All the twos, I want you to move to one person to your left. Okay? Move one person to your left if you're a two. All right, yours is coming, sir. Sorry. You move down one. Okay, good. He's getting one. She's coming this way. There you are. All right, so those, and you guys go from there, okay? Okay, everyone. All right. So you got your next person that you talk to. So we're going to do it a little bit different this time. This time, friends are going to move one space to their left. Okay? You're going to stand still. The twos are going to stand still. One, two, three. What's that? Crisscross applesauce. No. Okay, so I need all of the ones to move one space to the left, please. I'm thinking you got time. Do you got time to meet one more person and get some more information, or are we good? All right. I think it's a good thing. All right. So what we're going to do, and you twos, I don't know my left and right, y'all. So I got to turn the way y'all are to say it. So, and the twos move to the left. How's that? All right. So ones, hold your position. Twos, move to one place to the left. How's that? All right. Position. All right. Person on the end. That's right. You go down there. Thank you, Sister Jackie. Bridget, move one place to the left. Okay. So we are Master Chat. You guys can go. Did you get phone numbers? Who got a phone number? All right, we got phone numbers. How? You guys did great. Thank you. Phone numbers. Look at you. All right. I love it. I like it. Okay, you guys. So as we take our seats again, I just want to go over a couple things. Okay, so we're back with, we finished the master chat, You had Builders is that safe space where we're going to talk with you about the things that maybe we're lacking on, the things we have strengths in, but we're now going to take going to use the portfolio that Bridget taught us how to put together and really start having these conversations. Did anybody, y'all, I saw some hands raised that got phone. Secondly, did you, anybody want to just give one share that they learned from someone that they feel, a takeaway that they're going to like put in their own arsenal? Yeah. Okay, thank you, Troy. Go ahead. Uh-huh. Okay, so you figured out some other things and you learned some new things. That's good. That's the master chat. That's the whole purpose. We set forth can't just, when you're doing a master chat, you got to pull some other stuff out while you're there. That's the whole point of it. All right, so that is the activity, you guys. Thank you. You all have a great day.
The speed dating component of it. Did any of y'all start talking about y'all money? Hey, did any of y'all get tight when somebody asked you about your money? Hey, folks start looking around. Having that conversation over and over again. Ask other people. Randomly share your stuff with strangers and different people. It's going to bless you when you're able to articulate it, because when you can talk about millions out of your mouth easy like that, guess what? It's going to come back to you easy like that. But if you all tight with it, guess what? It's going to be tight coming back to you. All right, and so let's keep going. We got a PowerPoint. We're going to know me. Know that I really like this topic is because I found out that you can borrow to make a profit. So I don't have to have money of myself. That other people will give me money so that I can make money. It's ridiculous. It's almost like when I found out that they pay for your training on the job. So on the job, you're going to put me in a hotel, and then you're going to pay for all the stuff so I can make more money, and all I got to do is do it. Sign me up. And so these type of things, it's the same mindset. Disclaimer, I am not a fiduciary. This is for investment purposes only. Investing has considerable risk. This is for entertainment and education purposes only. For John Mays, I believe I can, man. Do your own research before making any investments and make sure you consult your financial advisor. Now, with that said, let's go to the next slide. Or the lack of it will always manage you. I want you just to take that down. Write it down. You either going to tell your money what to do, and tired of money managing us. I can remember working 70, 80 hours a week, and I had to work on Sunday. I couldn't even go to church. You know, he managed me. My desire, my need to be able to support my family because I didn't know how to manage money. That money told me when I can go talk to God in the sanctuary or not, and when I can go fellowship. Why is money telling me when I can do the things that I've been called to do, which is loans? Let's go to the next slide. A loan. I'm gonna give you a definition of a loan. A loan is a financial instrument in which one party borrows A loan does not have to come from a bank, y'all. A loan is a financial instrument, which is an agreement between two people or an organization and a person or two, such as a mortgage loan, a credit card debt, personal line of credit. All those are different types of loan. Your credit card is actually a loan. So anybody here have a credit card? Well, that means that you have considerable risks. Risk is the potential for harm or financial loss. Has anybody had harm or from swiping the credit card? Oh man, y'all acting funny. I know I have. Let me tell y'all, I'm going to tell you, harm or financial loss, making $14 an hour. I was killing the game. Matter of fact, at my $14 an hour, I balled out at my $14 an hour. Matter of fact, we had $100 left after we paid all our bills or paid most piece of chocolate cake. I already know how I did it. My wife would order. I'm just keeping it 100. So now you know I'm being real about it. My wife would order the New York strip boy, but she like I didn't know Oscar was, but they put the crab meat all on it with the sauce and the juice was flowing and everything like that. And so we would do it big with our last little 100, 150, we thought we was killing the, hey, I'm doing it like that. So, I said we need to do it big. We had a horse and buggy, married by the water, had the DJ, did it up, probably spent about $11,000. Where does $11,000 come from? Is that a credit card is a loan. Not only is a loan, it's a high risk loan. Because the stuff that I paid for that one day, it never. So that means I had to work more hours. So I actually got another job, and I found myself working 2 jobs just to stay at the same place that I already was. And all the stuff that I bought, every steak that I bought was an investment. Every piece of crab meat that was sprinkled on there was an investment. It was just an investment that wasn't paying me back. Tolerance. So if you're going to invest in something that is going to pay you, it's going to take a risk tolerance. But guess what? I'm here to tell you, you're already investing. You're already risk. We just need to invest in something that's going to pay us versus something that is not going to pay us. And so it's also a loan has an obligation to be repaid. I'm great. We got the 750 Club in the house. 750 Club say, yeah. 650 Club say, yeah. 400 Club say, yeah. Hey, we was balling out. Hey, look, hey, sister. We was balling out at Stony River. You know what I'm saying? Dressed up, everything. All at Stony River. In the 400-500 Club talking about, so I'm telling you right now, these habits of what we invest in can be shifted. And it can happen quick in our lives. And it's going to happen rapidly for you. These are money to avoid at all costs. These are loans you want to avoid at all costs. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell them to run. You see them bright, shiny signs out there? 80%. Then title loans. You're putting your car up. So somebody's going to go and put up a $20,000 car, and they're going to tell you, I can give you $3,000 on it. But if you don't come, they took your whole vehicle, your whole transportation. Anybody who's been in these situations before knows. I'm just reminding you. All right, pawn shop loans. Guess what? The pawn shop ain't going to give you no kind of money from somebody else. And then also, don't borrow money from people who don't got it. just because you know them and they might have the money does not mean that they got it. Y'all know the damage to the relationship because you're taking money from somebody who that money is, has a high level of importance in what they're dealing with. All right, next up, let's go. Lending. Oh man, I'm hitting y'all with some stuff right here. Take a picture of this and you can come back and look at the video, but predatory lending. These things are not good. So that's excessive interest rates, loans. I want y'all to take a picture of these things. I'm not even going to go all the way through it. This is slide 1. Take a picture of that. You got to stay away from predatory lending. Don't worry, we're going to make this real simple here in just a second. Most important one, we're going to talk about this. All right, is borrowing money good or bad? All right, y'all tell me, is borrowing money good or bad? Well, we just said it was bad and how I was saddled with debt and how I had to get extra jobs and my credit was shot and everything else. It was bad before, but now it's good. How is it good? It's exactly, give yourselves a round of applause. That was a wonderful answer. It depends on what we buy. So let's talk about borrowing money is good and bad. So it's good when it's producing you and you ask me to pay you back $11,000. Okay, great. That's 10% on your money. Would you be happy with a 10% return on investment? People would, because that's way above what the market would yield. So I'm going to give you 10% return. What if on that same $10,000 you invested in me, I was able to make $15,000? I made, and the $11,000 I have to pay you back, and now all of a sudden I made $9,000. Does that sound good? So that's borrowing money with the purpose of making a profit. And so buying, gold, jewelry. How about a property? A property is an asset. So can I borrow money to buy a property? Yes, if that property is going to pay me. If it's going to under the value that somebody else would pay for it. So is it an asset if I buy it for $50,000 and I borrow $50,000, but I can sell it to some? Okay, it would be, because then you could buy it and then you can borrow money. You're paying interest to somebody, but you're paying it and making a profit, and that is a good thing. So, launching a cash flowing business with good numbers. Every business doesn't have good numbers. Every one of your ideas is not a good idea. Everybody right now. Some of y'all ain't done nearly enough research for anybody to lend you some money. You need to do a credibility package, like what Bridget said. So then when you walk in with your credit, now it's bad when we're borrowing to consume something, like I talked about with them credit cards. It's bad when we're buying depreciating assets. What's an asset? Depreciate means go down. What are some assets that go down in value? Your car, what else? Well, houses usually go up, generally speaking, over time. What are some things that go down in value? Watches, vacations go down in value. Oh, man, I just said some stuff. All right. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. Anybody ever done that before? Yeah, man, that robbing Peter to pay Paul is some tough stuff. Like, I'm going to borrow this money here. Bad debt. And so buying something that's not going to pay you, and then also speculative investments. Guess what? If somebody comes up to you, yeah, there might be some hey, if you just give me $5,000, man, I'm telling you, you're going to get it back in like 2 weeks. And then, every single time I'm going to pay you $5,000 every month for the rest of your life, just based on this 5,000. You're going to have to use a little bit of sense in how you borrow. But at the same time, don't discount that. At the same time. And you also need to have the money to be able to allow it to borrow. But what I am saying is that we got to make sure that they have a credible information. Why it's so important for you to have a credibility in package? So you'll know if somebody else has put in the time, energy, and effort on their idea for you. Along with them. And if they have, I think you should consider releasing that money to them. All right, next up, we're going to talk about 10 terms and 10 products. So let's go to 10 terms. Funding institutions like banks, you know what they call loans? Like they call them loan products, kind of like if it was makeup. They'd be like, oh, well, this is this Estee Lauder, you know what I'm saying? This is come on, get no help. Ladies, y'all left me stuck out right there. All right, so 10 terms and 10 products. All right, let's go to the next slide here. Let's talk about 10 quick terms. Is principal. Principal is the original sum of money borrowed on the loan. You just go ahead and take a picture of this. Take a picture of it. If you got an Apple phone, you can just take that picture and copy it. Just got to write it down. Get that pen out. If you got the Androids, get the pen out. All right, so principal, the original sum of money borrowed in a loan. All right, is the process of how long do you spread it out over how many payments? Like this loan is amortized, is it 10-year, 5-year, how long is it spread out? Then you have collateral. Long forgotten word. That means that I'm going to pledge this, so I'm going to put up my house so that you can give me this money. I'm going to pledge my business so that you can give account, so you can give me this money as collateral. And then there's an unsecured loan, which is a loan that doesn't require any collateral. Those are really good loans. All right, does anybody know what an unsecured loan is? It's a loan that doesn't require any collateral. All right, and then I'm going to let you take a picture of these next 6 terms right here. And then we're going to go into some more information after that. This 5, and now here's the next 5. They're putting it up on the screen right now. And I'm going to let you take a picture of it. These are some very common loan terms that you want to become familiar with. So underwriting is the process where when they say you're approved for a loan, they're saying you're pre-approved for a loan. Underwriting happens when somebody sits in a room and evaluates all the numbers in the underwriting process. There's equity, which is the difference in the asset and how much you owe on it. There's a balloon payment, and there's also this DTI. We can talk about that a little bit more later, but go ahead and take slide. All right, so now we're going to keep it real easy from here forward. All right, these are different types of loan products that I think you should consider to scale their businesses. All right, so it's a 30, 20, and 15-year fixed rate mortgage. The reason I put this mortgage here first is that this mortgage does at 3 or 4 or 5, 6%, and then give them 30 years to pay it back. Would you let somebody borrow some money for you and then tell them they can pay you back in 30 years? This is the type of loan that is absolutely only in America. And so if you can get somebody who will give you a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, there's going to be a little bit of paperwork to be able to do it, But if you can get that loan, that's the best loan product that's ever existed. The payments are low. And then especially if you're using this to buy something set that's going to pay me every month more than this debt, and it's going to go up in value over 30 years, would that be a good investment? Yes, so these are good loans, and it's a fixed rate, so that means the rate's not going to change. So that means if your payment is $500 a month for the next 30 years, right now on that same years, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, but your payment is still $500. So every year you're making more. You can still pay it off early. So it's okay, but keeping that payment low is going to be helpful for people who are wanting to start off in investing. Let's go to the next one, is HELOC. The word HELOC. All right, letters HELOC. That is home equity line of credit. So does anybody own a property? Difference between what you have paid, what it's worth, and it will appraise for. Like if the bank says your house is worth $200,000, but you owe $100,000, that means that you have $100 interest, and you can take that money to buy something that's going to pay you every single month. It's good if you borrow money that's going to pay you every single month. Is it good? Money for something that's not going to pay you every month? No. So if you're borrowing money for something that's going to pay you every month and go up in value, you can use a HELOC. Let's go to the next one. You know you can borrow from a 401k? Yeah, you can borrow from it. You can borrow money. And if you're working a full-time job, you can borrow money from your 401k. How much idea what's going on with your money in your 401k? It was silent in here. All the people online, it was silent. Is we have no idea what's going on. So if there's I would be excited to borrow from is money that I can control where that investment goes, as opposed to having absolutely no idea what's going on with it and assuming that it's going well. So if you have money in a 401k, it's going to pay you every month and go up in value. All right, next up, commercial loans. Commercial loans. When you've run out of, there's a lot of different types of commercial loans. Payment. Usually, if you're buying a house for yourself, you'll come up with about 3%, which can sound like a lot of money. If you're buying, a 3 or 4%, you might be having $1,000. But when you're coming up with this money right here, you might have to come up for that same property. You might have to come up with $40,000, $30,000, $20,000, whatever it is. And so your job is going to know that these commercial loan products are actually easier to get than any other product. Commercial loan products are easier, but you have to invest more because they are easier. So you have to put down more. You have to. Next, am I doing too much? Y'all want me to keep going? He said, keep going. They said, keep going. All right, so rehab loan. A rehab loan. This is one of the loans that nobody understands. But I'm telling you, this is a breakthrough loan for so many people because it's a way for you to increase your net worth. My cousin bought my grandfather's house, the house, my mom and pop-up's house, and she bought it using the FHA 203K loan to buy a house that needs to be fixed up. So she took that house, over 100-year-old house, completely fixed it up like brand new. And now it's worth so much more than what she put into it. Beautiful, and she was able to restore that. So rehab loans, these are good for investors as well. Rehab loans, I can give you some stories about rehab loans that were the best loans. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. All right, so I bought a house at the auction. I bought this house for $16,000. I was like, man, what am I gonna do with this house? And so it sit there until we got a chance to get over to it. Enough money to basically to fix the house up. And then they put it on a long-term debt. So they put it on a 25-year note. They gave me the So I literally had this house for $16,000, and when I went to closing, they gave me a check for like 40 grand. Yeah, and so it ended up my expenses were under budget, right? And so now that 40, I had all that in there, and plus a little reserve, so I got all my money back plus a little bit of a reserve, and then they're getting paid every month, but the rent on that same $50. So now, that's about $800 a month, and we had some other expenses in there. So even if after all the expenses, maybe $400 or $500, but I got all my money back plus a reserve just in case something else. And I'm making $500 a month. Does that sound like a good deal to anybody? Yeah, and that same property that, they at the time was worth 70 is now worth, well over $100,000. It's good. So those are rehab loans. Rehab loans because we put in the work. We were the contractors. We had to go over there with the sweat equity. We had to put in the tough yards of being able to take this property, get all the permits was talking about. That's why it's important to do a personal financial statement. You want to do it now. When I first started, I showed everybody at Master Builder Academy, it literally sitting here in 20. Showed you a picture of it, negative 365,000 in net worth. As I was teaching, just like I'm sitting here right now. But you can't be afraid of a big old negative number. And like I wasn't transparency I was telling you about earlier. When you start just getting naked with your finances, then you stop being afraid of running around naked. And then it's like, well, now I just told everybody I'm $300-some thousand in debt, and it didn't because you move forward. And so now it's not, not that. All right, so yes, sir. Yes. If my credit is bad. He said, if my credit is bad, what can I do to get out of debt? Now, if it was me, the first thing that I personally, information and knowledge will get you places that money never will. Information and relationships are better than money. And so if you don't have money, you have information and relationship. Absolutely tremendous relationships. I would have people, they would then begin to trust me, and they'll begin to trust you because they'll get to learn you. And then whenever people trust, they're going to help you to be able to move forward. So whether it's real estate or businesses or opportunities with employment to be able to raise some money, some capital for you to be able to buy assets, that's the first relationships. And that's all that I'm going to go through on this one because I got some really, really good stuff. I think I'm going to save that stuff for the mastermind. I'm going to save the less of the knowns for the mastermind so you all, when we go to the next mastermind, Okay, if you had 0, I want you to stay after Master Builders. For one, you got to keep coming to Master Builders. And then for 2 is I want you to unscare. Because I remember sitting down and people were talking about thousands of dollars and I only had a few hundred in the bank, and it was completely blowing my mind, and it made me not want to come back because I felt embarrassed. I felt confused and overwhelmed. The first thing is don't quit. Don't quit. Walk towards the thing that's scary. Walk toward it, because I guarantee you it's scary for all of us. It's still scary. And then also make sure that you find a buddy. Follow up with the person who you network with today. Get their information. Get some support. Get some accountability. And let's work together and take it to much, Master Builders. We appreciate y'all.
Okay, so we're going to close out. I'm loving you take what you're thinking about and you got to put it into action. So remember the action piece of it, okay? So we are going to close, but I want to thank you again for joining us today for Master Builders Forum number 6, the wealth invest in our dreams, right? Okay, so before we end, those that are online and those in the room, share this live so that everybody, your this information and your families can get this information. But to become more involved in Master Builders Academy and to get more support, we'd like to offer you send an email to Master Builders Academy MBA@gmail.com. That's Master Builders Academy MBA@gmail.com. Or simply visit our website at Master Builders Academy. The opportunity to join Master Builders Academy. They're going to put up a PowerPoint here. All right. So we have a couple of different levels for Master Builders Academy. There's the silver level. That's $100 a year. That's Master Builders regular scheduled forums 2 times a month, masterminds 2 times a month. You get access to the library, the ability to bring a person to the meeting, the annual MBA, $50 a year. The next level is the gold level. That's $500 a year. You get all of those same things that you got in the silver level, but you get a few extras. The curriculum is the platinum level. That's $1,000 a year. You get all of those other things that you got in the gold and the silver levels, but you you get the mentorship, you get coaching, business, finance, and real estate in those areas. You get video promotion of your members, your business. You also get invited to open board meetings. Silver level, that's the platinum level at $1,000 a month. I'm sorry, a year. I'm making it a month. There you go. It's a year. Okay, all right. And then there is a student level. And Master Builders regularly scheduled forums, the masterminds, access to the library, and the ability to bring in another person with you, and the annual MBA event. And guess what we have today? We have a new member. Woo! We have a gold member by the name of Sherelle Luckett. If she would see you here. All right. Okay, so we'll let them do. Oh, here, I'm gonna get out y'all's. Is that better? Congratulations, Sherelle. It's an awesome opportunity. So you guys, the same way we began in prayer, we're going to end in prayer. Lord, thank you for today to share in these accomplishments and successes. Help us to keep things in mind and continue to take action and set the wealth standard for ourselves, for our and plans to accomplish what we set out to accomplish. Lord, please watch over us and keep us and our families safe. Send healing to the sick and throughout the land. Help us to progress and move forward. Is the mastermind. God bless you all and have a wonderful day. Mastermind it's this Wednesday, 9 p.m. Okay.